Okay guys, so next we're going to be working on nunchucks versus bow. So Najib has his black chevron and ultimate chucks. If you guys didn't know, he's trained a lot with the weapon. And what we're looking at is the uniqueness of fighting against a flailing weapon. The big difference here is that it's not rigid and it's not as long. There's more chance of error or margin of error because of the rope or the chain in the middle, right? We need to make sure we're catching the chain or ideally the front end of the leading chuck. The danger zone, so if you just swing like a side strike, go ahead and just hit me in the ribs. Right, the power, the danger zone from these nunchucks is going to be towards the end. You actually do get a reasonable amount of reach. Some people don't realize like nunchucks actually are not bad for reach. Clearly a bow gives you more though. It can keep him at bay. If he's here, go ahead. I mean, he was trying to do a strike, but I was clearly too far away. You're able to throw long attacks and things that you just can't do with chucks. We'll find out what weapon is better later, what nunchucks or bow, from our own experience, right? Because you'll feel it. But first, we're going to practice with our nunchucks. We're going to act like we're doing bow strikes 1 through 8. We'll do 1, 2, 3, and 4 first. So number 1's coming down towards the neck. I could do vertical parry. Number 2 is going to be coming down. I could do a high block or vertical parry. Number 3, side block. Number 4, side block. And using a little bit of footwork, moving our body a little bit. We just want to see how it feels and if it's any different at all from going against a staff or going against someone punching or kicking us. So nunchuckers doing 1, 2, 3, and then 4, okay? And then we'll be taking turns in a second. All right, so yeah, you're just going to swing downward. Actually try to hit me over here. And then here, and then here. Yeah, and just like open your body and push your hips and your obliques into those side strikes. So go ahead and do your 3 again. I just wanted to make sure you're actually hitting me. And then your 4 again. There it is. Okay, so 3 again. 4 again. Good job. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. A couple more. 1, 2, 3, 4. For the parries. All right, this last time, really try to tag them. I mean, it's okay if we get hit, they're padded. Try to tag us actually, okay? Go. Wow, that was aggressive.
Sorry.
But that's what I wanted you to do. That's what I wanted you to do. Okay, it teaches you that you don't have as much reach as a staff. You got to really move in fast, right? And you can surprise someone if they're not prepared on how to block it. All right, so we're switching weapons. Whether that's for better or for worse, I don't know. Also for our grip, we usually do go a little bit higher on it, but the lower you go, the more reach you have. You can play around with your grip a little bit too. So we'll do 1 through 4. You okay? Yeah, so on the 3 and 4, you can do remember the lever block?
So here?
It's where you go, if you're going to go that way, excuse me, if you're going to go that way, push the high one over. And then this side. It's like or
Is it natural to be cross-footed like that? You're going to feel it in your abs, right?
You're going to just rotate. I mean, if you're cross-footed, it's still going to work. You don't have to go up so high, though. It's just more vertical almost, because it's like, that works. This is where the flailing weapon gets in play. You don't want to catch it at the chain.
Right, because it comes around.
Yeah, catch it farther away. Yeah, so backward, you either have to step forward or step back, right? Good. All right, time. So Sarah and I went into something here, and we noticed that as she did one block, it caught the chain, and she got the whiplash into the bicep, right? So we do need to either go in or out, right? It's a flailing weapon. So if you're going to come in, try coming in closer this time. Oh, try coming in, Najib. So come in even closer to me. You might even smash into their hand. Okay. That's okay. We don't have to do that to each other right now because we don't even have our gloves on. But that would be a fine training drill. Or go out, go away, whoosh, and then you're definitely going to catch the bottom of the chuck, which is fine. Okay, last one. We're going to try to tag him this time. Ready?
Ready.
That get you?
You got me dead.
Yes. Okay. Next time I may make you guys do push-ups, or myself if we get tagged. But we're going to go on to some other strikes, and then we'll be moving on to, so currently this is more of like a nunchuck offensive versus bow defensive. In a moment we'll rotate, we'll totally flip that on its head. Now we're going to do angles 5 and 6, okay? And then 7 and 8. So if you could do, Najib, like an angle, yeah, if you want to use that arm, that's fine. Coming upward like a 5 and ascending, and a 6. We can do our low blocks. Go ahead. Or a parry. Oh, you got me. That was even higher than I was expecting, which is clearly something that can happen. Okay, so down low. Here. So I'm probably going to stick to a side block so I get more protection here. So we're going to do the 5 and 6, and then 7's going to be like an uppercutting swing. And then 8 coming down. Just like that. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8. See how it feels with your blocks. Okay, so 5, trying to hit the side of the leg. Oh, I wasn't far enough away. And then 7, 8. You're drawing my arms up, that's for sure. I'm like, you're about to hit me up high. That was my fault. I was too close to the chain. Got it, that was a good one. Parries. One more time, one more time. All right, last one. Try to tag him. I thought I was going to catch the chain on that one. Ran out of space. Okay, let's switch. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. Big part of this that I didn't verbalize is just the footwork. I mean, if you're only going to go here, there's just no way you're actually going to block this stuff. And that's, I think, a big differentiator here is we don't want to catch the chain. So sometimes we're going to be more on the safe side and step back so that we definitely block the chuck. Stepping in is just if you want to be really aggressive and take them by surprise, which isn't a bad idea. But you got to be ready to go all out if you're going to step in. Or you could take if this is an actual wooden chuck, very dangerous, blunt force trauma, right? Okay, let's practice 5s through 8. Okay, yeah, step back a little bit. Good. Nice, that was good. Yeah, that was right. Angle it a little bit more. Yeah, so.
I got the wrong angle stuff.
Angle it more like that. You're going almost like too vertical, I guess. Got it, good. Okay, let's try to tag him this time. Nice. Okay, we're going to switch roles essentially. Now we're going to have, you get to be the attacker now. All right, now she's going to attack with an angle 1. Now to block an angle 1 with our chuck, do you think we should blunt block it or should we parry block it? How would you parry block it anyway?
Really want it because the chuck would come back at you.
not very easy to do. Yeah, you could. There are some possible things where you're swinging at a strike versus strike, swing. But man, if it's that powerful, it's a hardwood staff or a bladed weapon, just not doing that. So we're gonna get in and actually catch the attack. That's fine. Angle 1 here. With the chain, ideally, we're gonna have more power there. This chain, of course, isn't actually metal, for example, but catch it and then really push and align our body behind it. So like, I don't just go like this. I actually open it up more and I angle my body exactly to the same blocking angle that my chuck has. Rather than them being off angled, then there's less power behind it. It's just like a traditional high block, our body lines up behind it rather than just being here. Okay, so we're going to do just angles 1 and 2. You're going to do an angle 1 attack, angle 2 attack, and just see how that feels. All right, ready to go. Okay, try to tag them with your bow this time, really going fast. Nice speed, you got me a little bit on the head. Okay, switching partners.
So we want to catch them with the chain.
You're gonna wanna catch with the chain.
What would it feel like though, because like we're using a lot of flexibility here?
Yeah.
What would the reaction be? Would it like
There's
walk up against it or actually knock it off? Or
There's a lot of factors that play into that, but
the power behind
it could either bounce off or it could collapse some into the chain. And it might even still hit you. But you're going to reduce the force dramatically than if you didn't have that blocking angle.
Okay.
And with nunchucks, we don't have the ability to do good parries and redirects as well.
Do you not lock it and then do all the...
You mean lock the bow up afterwards?
Yeah, so if you do down so lock the nunchuck like that and just redirect it.
Oh, it is possible. Like, that would be very stylistic. You'd have to have practiced that like 500 times or I would never do it. But if you have it embedded in your muscle memory and you want to look really Bruce Lee with it or something, that would be really cool. But yeah, I wouldn't immediately go to that. I would go for this. The premise of self-defense is the simplest motion would save your life, right? So if we could stop it, push, and then strike, or even turn the chucks and then punch with the chuck. Yeah, but you could do that. It is possible. I'm not saying you can't. Okay, let's do 1 and 2. Yeah, pretty good. And of course, if you miss the chain and they still hit the chuck, you're still defending, right? You're still blocking it. Yeah, let's do a little bit more footwork, guys. Kind of moving around so we're not always doing the same direct angle. Good, got it. See, you're feeling how it's kind of bouncing off, but you're also absorbing it some. Okay, this time try to tag them. You all right?
Yeah.
That was coming pretty fast. Okay, time. Good job. Guys, also I forgot to mention the disclaimer. Nunchucks are not legal for use in every single state and nation. Be careful to carry these around in public. You don't want to look like you're going to harm someone. But, of course, it's a fun weapon to learn if you can safely practice it with someone. Okay, so yeah, now we're going to be doing some nunchaku versus bow sparring. It's really experiential, just experimenting with the technique, seeing how it feels. And you could do this with sai, you can do this with a padded tonfa, with a balkan, right? Different weapons so that we get a little bit of basic combative practice in the kobudo. But this time, it's going to be around a minute or so. Just the person who has the nunchaku or the bow, you can go back and forth. It's basic free sparring. Just going at a reasonably slow speed. We're not going full out this time. All right, Proud of your partner, out of respect. Just stay in this range and in the quadrant here. And begin. You can use any strikes, any blocks. All right. Good. Good, nice. Counter-attacking. Good. That's good. You got to catch the chuck, not the chain. Okay, about 10 seconds left. All right, time. Good job. You haven't used nunchucks very much? It's pretty good. Blocking like a thrust, I knew that would be kind of crazy, but you did good. Okay, we're going to switch weapons now.
We'll see what
All right, and we're going to switch partners too. So weapons and partners, this is the last round. All right, Najib, I'll be going with you.
help.
Let me help you out on that. Got it. Good job. Guys, be mindful of your placement. Standing on this area. Here, I'll go on this side. All right, begin. Oh, caught up there. Trying to do the grab as you talked about. About 10 seconds left. And time. Good job. And nice work, sir. Let's take a quick break. So, just wanted to check with you guys. What is the consensus? Raise your hand if you like the bow more.
I feel safer with the bow.
Who feels safer with the bow? Raise your hand.
Definitely. That distance.
Who feels safer with the nunchucks?
I don't know. I think it was harder to fight with the bow against the nunchucks than the other way around.
Really? So you felt more confident when you had nunchucks defending against
Against the bow, but if I were fighting not nunchucks, then I'd like bow.
Really?
It's
Interesting.
It depends on what I'm facing against. I feel when they're attacks that are not a straight line, like a thrust, I feel pretty confident. But whenever the thrust starts coming in, if I can't sidestep it, I feel comfortable. I can get 3 hits in before they can retract and get the distance back.
Yeah.
And then the side ones, usually I can block and then follow straight through with the strike. But if you wait after, then I noticed it wasn't too good if I waited.
Yeah, I think the most disruptive strike you have with the staff is the thrust. And it gives you that reach too. So I agree, it's very hard to block because you either have to time it perfectly and go to the correct side or go down or go up with it. And
They can see if I'm easy to get thrust in.
yeah, thrusting's easier. But your follow-up attacks with the chuck, I feel, are still weaker though. I feel like you aren't able to generate as much force as you can with your staff.
I don't know, because I mean, definitely not as much force, but I feel like one good with a wooden pair, one good is to finish the fight. Like,
Well-
if I hit, like say, if I get a straight thrust coming off to me, and I move to the side, and then just
Yeah.
follow in.
Straight down to the temple.
One strike to the head with the power, and I mean, it's hard to
Yeah.
recover. And I can follow up within this distance, which makes it hard for him. If he's still committed to using the bow,
Yeah.
he can't really hit me, and I can come in. I can strike multiple times, or come in and
I think it's one of those things where you have to choose your weapon of choice and get really, really good at one or the other. You can learn both, but you might prefer one over the other, actually. So, very good. So, hope you guys enjoyed that at home as well. It was training, and it's a pleasure to have you guys all training with us today. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that.